I have acne prone skin. I've always had acne prone skin. Even though I've been able to keep it under control, things to this day still make me break out, but we just learn to get through it. And what I've realized is that wearing SPF every single day is one of the best things that you can do for your skin. If you have acne, hyperpigmentation, melasma, texture, all of that is going to improve when you wear SPF. But I know how scary it is to try and choose an SPF when you are acne prone. SPFs get a bad rep, but I am here to tell you that I have tried hundreds of SPFs and I have narrowed down the best sunscreens for acne prone skin. By the way, about a year ago, I started checking all of my skincare products for potentially pore clogging ingredients. And what I found was a lot of my favorite skincare brands had potential pore cloggers. Now the comedogenic scale has a lot of flaws and I'm not negating that, but eliminating products with potential pore cloggers has helped my skin so much. So any of the sunscreens I'm about to mention do in fact pass the test. And of course they've been tested by myself, do not cause any acne or clog my pores. So I've got my SPF box right here. I have two different categories I'm going to mention. We have mineral, which will include some tinted mineral as well. And then we also have chemical. To start, probably my favorite mineral. This is the Live Tinted Hue Guard 3-in-1 Mineral Sunscreen. What I like about this is I think it's a really good deal. You can get 5 ounces for $58. There are some sunscreens that cost $50 per ounce. Even though it's a mineral option, it just sinks into your skin with no white cast. It looks so beautiful under makeup. It slightly blurs your pores. It's moisturizing. Just a perfect everyday mineral sunscreen. Fragrance free, so perfect for sensitive skin types as well. I think this is the only time using a makeup wipe is appropriate. Next, we have the Verse Daily Mineral Sunscreen. This currently retails for $22 for 2.5 ounces. And what I love about this is you can find it at Target. And again, another great mineral option that has zero white cast, blends right in with ease, and works really good under makeup. The texture is a little bit thicker than the one from Live Tinted, but still lightweight and good for all skin types because there's no fragrance. Now this is the Clear Stem You Are Sunshine Sunscreen. Even though it is a little bit on the pricier side, I wanted to include this because I think it really doubles well as a primer and sunscreen. The brand Clear Stem is notably a really good brand for anyone who suffers from hormonal acne or sensitivities. And this sunscreen just blurs your pores in the most beautiful way. It is tinted, but it really doesn't give much coverage, so I probably wouldn't put this in the tinted category. But it does not have any white cast, and I would see this working for most skin tones. But it comes in at $42 for 2.1 ounces. It's definitely on the pricier side, but it's a very cosmetically elegant formula, and I really think a lot of people would like this. And lastly, in the mineral category, this is the EltaMD UV Elements. And this is the tinted one that I use when I do want a little bit of coverage. EltaMD UV Clear is a really popular sunscreen, but unfortunately it does have a few potential pore cloggers. So I switched that one out for this, and I really think the textures are similar, but EltaMD UV Clear is a hybrid, which is chemical and mineral. This is fully mineral, so I would say the texture is a little bit thicker, but still an amazing formula. This comes in at $40 for 2 ounces. It's definitely on the pricier side, but because EltaMD is such a widely known, trusted brand, they definitely can get away with that higher price tag. Now moving on to my favorite chemical sunscreens. To start, this is Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Sun Serum. And this is actually a recent find. And I will say when it comes to chemical sunscreens, Korean sunscreens tend to be a little bit more cosmetically elegant. And that's because they're using UV filters that are not yet approved in the US. They're not going to sting your eyes. You can see how beautifully that blends in. This is the most weightless formula I've ever tried. It has a really watery texture. It works well under makeup. It moisturizes your skin. It hydrates your skin. It's literally everything I want in an everyday sunscreen and more. You can get 1.67 ounces for less than $9 on Stylovana, which I think is an amazing deal. Next up, we have another Korean sunscreen, but what's nice about this, you can get it at Sephora, so you don't have to wait weeks to get it delivered. This is the Innisfree UV Daily Defense. Now, similar to the last one, it has a very lightweight, watery texture. This is a little bit thicker though, and I would say maybe a little more moisturizing. If your skin leans to the more drier side, you may like this texture a little bit more. But again, it blends in flawlessly. It won't sting your eyes because you're getting those more advanced UV filters. You can pick this up for $16 at 1.69 ounces. It's definitely on the lower end compared to some of the ones that we've talked about. Now, if you want to pick up a sunscreen at Sephora, but you don't want to go the Korean sunscreen route, I would try the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Fluid. Really great formula, and it's loved by so many. Really lightweight, watery texture, and it blends in just as well as the other Korean sunscreens I've showed. It dries down really well. You don't get that greasy, sticky residue, and of course works really well under makeup and would work for pretty much any skin tone. I also love the added benefits of antioxidants, which fight free radicals outside. So if you live somewhere with a lot of pollution, this might be a really easy option to use every single day. But if your sunscreen doesn't have antioxidants already built into it, I would just recommend getting a separate antioxidant serum to use before this. And to end it, I wanted to include a drugstore chemical option that I obviously love. This is almost gone. This is the Hawaiian Tropic Weightless Hydration Face. And I've come to the realization that whenever people compliment me on my skin, or whenever people say, oh, your skin is so glowy, like what are you wearing? I'm almost always wearing this sunscreen, which is crazy to me because you can find it at the drugstore. It has the most glowy, bouncy look. Just gives your skin this glass, glowy appearance that is so stunning. Even when I apply makeup, I just feel like that glow still peeks through. So if you like that really glowy look, I definitely think this is a great option to try. However, this is not one I would use really close to my eyes. It does tend to sting if it gets around your eyes. Just keep that in mind. Maybe use the mineral ones if you want to cover your eyelids. Because this is a sunscreen made in the US, you aren't going to get those more advanced chemical filters like the ones from the Korean sunscreen brands. So, you know, it's give and take. It does have kind of a tropical sunscreen scent to it. It's the most scented of all the options I've shared today. So obviously something to keep in mind as well. If you have more sensitive skin that is sensitive to fragrance, this might not be your best option. You can pick this up at Target for $10 for 1.7 ounces. So probably the most affordable option you can get at the drugstore in the US. Well, that ends it for my favorite sunscreens for acne prone skin. I also have a master list of skincare and makeup that I've checked for potential pore cloggers and a link below in the description box. I have many more sunscreens added to that list. So if there's any that you didn't like here, then feel free to check that list out. Or if you're looking for any new skincare and makeup products to try, it's definitely a good resource to go to if you have acne prone skin. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.